like, how do you say, like sugar powder, or
like powdered sugar or something.
Powdered sugar to simulate coke.
Oh,
but
really?
they make them really snort it.
Oh, wow.
I guess there's something. It's okay to do that.
It won't hurt you.
It doesn't hurt you. But yeah, so they really are snorting something in those movies when they do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, I felt like everything worked out. At the end, that's how I felt. I felt, like I said, satisfied that everything kind of came to a close or full circle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that whole thing, the whole family area was like, it was just haunting to watch. It's like, oh my god, that's just a horrible place for a kid to be growing up in and everything. But like, I mean, it works out. You feel for De Niro's character because he's
such a good. He loves her. He's a pretty guy. He's a good guy.
He wants to take her back, and he says, I'll forgive you. Just come back. And then
he's just, his one thing was that he was just a pushover.
Yeah.
And he forgave too easily.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this spoiler alert. There's this one part of the film where she straight up steals the daughter and is going to run away with her pimp, who's James Woods.
Yes.
And then when she realizes that she's in deep shit, she's like, she calls De Niro's character Sam, and she's like, do you think you could forgive me if I wanted to come back?
Yeah, because the whole time she's telling Nikki that she's worried that he's gonna kill her if he takes her back. Like, he'll say, yeah, I'll take you back, don't worry, and then he'll kill her.
Yes.
And then Joe Pesci's character, he's telling her the whole time, don't worry, I'll talk to him, I'll smooth everything over, he'll take you back, just come back home, everything will be forgiven. And he does forgive her, and she screws him over again.
Yeah.
She ties their daughter up in a bed and locks her in the room, which is that's another crazy thing, which is insane. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's kind of a long answer for how I felt about the movie.
No, it's okay. That's what this is all about.
It's an insane. Towards the end, it gets crazy. Yeah. And everything starts to fall apart. You see the dysfunction in the family and the dysfunction in the groups. They all start to separate. Like De Niro and Pesci's group kind of split. Yeah. And they're no longer working together.
I feel like that was partially because of Ginger, Sharon Stone's character. Yeah. Nikki, or Pesci's character, they start sleeping together. Mm-hmm. So that creates a divide. Yeah. And then that escalates into everything else that kind of happens because you don't mess with somebody's wife. Yeah. Especially not a mob boss or whatever. Let alone your best friend's wife. Yeah. Yeah. So it's kind of, there's that huge betrayal there. Yeah. That kind of is the reason why things end the way that they do. Right? Yeah, because he tries Nick, or for what I gather from the end is Nicky tried to take out Sam.
Yeah, but he messed up on blowing up the car.
And so they had the mob had it. Yeah. And they whacked him because he was just making so much waves and wouldn't stop.
Yeah, him and his brother.
Yeah, being crazy.
Which was insane. That whole scene was horrible. And they talk about how they buried him alive in the crops or whatever, or in
the cornfield.
In the cornfield, yeah, which was man, that was a brutal scene.
Shout out to Vic, who does the music for our show. Yes. He commented on when I posted that we were going to be talking about this movie. He was like, "Yo, that fucking cornfield scene with the bats is nuts." Yeah, man. So shout out to him for that, because that is. When I first watched this movie, and every time I watch the movie, that is the hardest scene to watch. Like, that's when I want to turn away, because it looks so brutal, and I feel like I can feel those bat hits.
Yeah, you can hear them too. It's just like, oh man.
And the way that they look at the end when they throw them, just like totally broken, and they have no hope because they're in the middle of nowhere. Even if they get away,
no one's gonna save them.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that was a good one. Let me see. Okay, you said this is probably your favorite Scorsese gangster film, right?
Yes.
Or film entirely with Scorsese, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
What is your favorite gangster film?
Ah, that's one of my questions.
Oh, okay.
My favorite mob film. Oh, man. Godfather Part 2?
Okay. That's funny. I have never seen any of the Godfathers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I know I know a lot of people ask me that, like, oh, they ask me, like, have you seen The Godfather and stuff like that, or they bring up certain things that happen, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I have never seen it, but I know they're really good. I think I actually have all three of them.
Oh, okay.
I just haven't watched them. I know that was a huge movie on at my uncle's house.
Uh-huh.
He used to watch them all the time. I think it was like maybe like whenever I'd go over there, it would be on, and he had them on VHS. He had the whole set of them, which and the huge giant set of VHSs. But yeah, he was always watching them, and I would catch clips of each of them, but I don't think I know anything about the third one. But yeah,
why
is it your favorite?
It's just I feel like that was the kickoff for what gangster films are, or what I feel like that's the
blueprint, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like that set the tone for what everybody else did.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like with Marlon Brando, and it's so iconic.
Yeah,
or whatever. In the of course he's only in the original, but I don't know. It's just amazing. I played the video games too.
I played the video games. Yeah, the games are awesome.
Rad. A bonus fun fact for the video game. I think maybe I've said this before, but before Marlon Brando passed away, they went to his house when he was on his deathbed, and they got him to do all the dialogue for the video game. Yeah, so that's really his voice. They got him to put the cotton balls in.
Yeah.
And everything, so that was really fun, and I beat the shit out of that game.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
Yes, it was definitely what I would say one of the only games based on a movie franchise that was actually really good and effective and worked. Like it was like GTA back in the wherever they're at, back in the 40s or
50s, something like that.
Yeah, very, very good game.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I have to say,
you like that more than GTA? Would you prefer like a time like how that is, or like Red Dead Redemption? How those are time, like
like period pieces.
Yeah, period pieces.
Yeah, I like period pieces.
Okay.
Because I feel like they're more of a challenge to get right, because they're all being created by different people in a team or whatever. So putting that together must be so much harder than just doing contemporary stuff like GTA.
Yeah.
Because then you have to go back and make sure, like, because a lot of those games are based on real areas.
Yeah.
And so you have to have blueprints
like
of what the buildings really look like and all this stuff, and how the cars look, and even the weapon, how the weapons look different.
Yeah, they work.
Yeah. Very fun.
Yeah. I think it's your question.
Yeah. Favorite character and why?
Ooh, favorite character. Let's see. Probably Nicky, Joe Pesci's character. He was kind of just like that. Whenever Robert De Niro would be in trouble or someone would step to him, Pesci was right there to have his back. And then, I mean, even in the movie, Joe Pesci's like half the size of Robert De Niro, and Robert De Niro's not even a big guy. So when a big guy is coming at De Niro, Joe Pesci's some tiny little dude, but I mean, he's taking him out. He's ruthless. He's like a little pit bull.
A little bulldog.
Yeah, I mean, he's just he's just a ruthless. He's one of those friends that you could say would have your back no matter what, no matter like how small they are or whatever, how big the person is that you're talking shit to you. They're right there next to you talking shit, and it's one of those. I could relate because I have a couple of friends like that who are just like
they're like they're like psychopaths, but it's good to have someone like that on your side.
Yeah.
But when things get crazy, you're like, you can sit back.
Like, I'm not worried. I got this. If I get knocked out, I'm not getting jumped. Like, my friend right here is gonna fucking take everybody out. But it's he was probably my favorite character. Yeah, in the whole movie, him, and I like De Niro's character just because he's the main character. He's kind of the
everything is centered around him.
Yeah. It's everything's more focused around him, and then everyone else is kind of the side pieces and everything. But I like his character too, just because he kind of started out as nothing, and
he gets this opportunity, and then he makes something of himself, and you see him grow from the beginning so much, and he's also so likable. He really doesn't do anything that makes you feel like he's an asshole.
No,
anything, he keeps he has the most composure throughout of anybody.
Anytime he acts out of character is because when someone, like how you said earlier, he's all about respect. It's when someone disrespects him or does something bad to him, that's when he changes a little bit. But then he has Joe Pesci right there next to him, so he doesn't have to act out. But I don't know, random thought right now. When he's trying to get his license to be a for the casinos.
Yeah, because he wants to be. That's a big other thing, is that all he wanted to do is run his business and be legit.
Yeah,
he wanted to be real. He didn't want to be, like pretending or be fake or be kind of like this low life or whatever.
Because he liked what he did, and when they kind of rule and they say, we're not giving you your license to run a casino, and he gets pissed off and he starts yelling at the board, the one who denied him his certificate or whatever, and you hear the person on the news, the flamboyant is that whole part where I think it's just because of what he wore and everything, which was that was really funny to me when they just they're like the what was this character, Sam something, whatever, but they just how they called him like a flamboyant character or whatever, but it was just hilarious to me. That's just the way it was pretty funny, just because
he's just very flashy.
And he liked that type of stuff, which was, looks good.
Yeah. I just thought that was wild that they used that word.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a good one.
I also wanted to. Chris wanted me to talk about our buddy Chris.
Yeah.
That's been on the show. He's a loyal listener. He wanted to talk about a specific scene where when Sharon Stone first meets, they introduce her pimp, James Woods' character, and she's bringing back Sam's money and giving it to him in this like shitty motel, and he's like trying to reassure, like, I'm going to take this money now, but you're going to get your piece. You'll be the first one to get your piece back. Okay? And when he turns around, he kind of looks out the window before he leaves and kind of looks back and forth. And there's, I guess Chris and his buddy Joel have been having this argument that why he does that. Why would he do that? Was he waiting for somebody? Was he looking to see if somebody was going to like try to jump him, or because he had such a large amount of money, or was he looking to see if Sam had caught on and was waiting for him outside? And then we see him kind of go to his car, but it's just such a weird his mannerisms when he leaves, because he's like, oh, don't worry, like, everything's gonna be okay. And he asks her like, where are you? And she's like, I'm right here with you, or whatever. And it's so I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay.
It's such a subtle scene, and it lasts like just a few seconds. But Chris was saying that he thinks that was improvised by
kind of just like looking like shifty and looking around. I think
he is on. I mean, James Woods' character is on edge. For good reason.
I would say he probably does that because I think maybe he's just known around that area as being like a I forget the words that De Niro's character calls him, but just like low life or whatever.
He's a card shark too.
Yeah, he's a card shark. He's just he's a loser or whatever. He probably owes people money or something. I'm assuming he knows people that are out for him, not just De Niro.
That's a good perspective.
Probably, I could see that being like improvised in that one little part, and maybe that's his reasoning, because maybe he thought like my character is kind of like the low life scumbag who owes people money or something. So every time he leaves a room or leaves a hotel or whatever, he's kind of looking around to make sure no one's in the parking lot, waiting for him. That's how I would kind of interpret that scene.
When Sam first how do you say
confronts